Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going through 7 steps to get you to the top and basically to reach the 1000% group. And this video has been inspired by a certain chapter I've been reading in this book, No Excuses by Brian Tracy. It's a really good book. I've been reading it for the past few days and it has become my #1 book as of now, surpassing 5 a.m. Club. But those two are still in tight competition, just that this book has so many practical steps that I've really found valuable to my life. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to give you guys 7 steps and briefly explain them on how you can level up your life in a very short amount of time. Okay, to be honest, it's not going to take a short amount of time, but it will require a short amount of time to do. So as long as you do it over a prolonged period of time, it's going to bring results, because the fact is that you do not expect to start today and you reap immediately. Discipline takes time, and so do good things. So the book is No Excuses by Brian Tracy. I recommend all of you to get it. It's a really good book. And so the first step is arise 2 hours before your first appointment. Like, this is really good for you because in case you maybe have an appointment at 6, or maybe you have to be at school by a certain time, or anything you have to do, wake up 2 hours before, because that gives you enough time to start your day in an ideal way, to start your day in a very good way. And I would advise you guys to spend the first hour on personal development. It could be either reading a book, it could be either exercising also, or journaling. It could be all three of them, by the way. And then the second hour is basically to get prepared and start moving. Don't be these people who are going to be on time. Be there early, because that creates a ton of respect for you as a person and for the organization or society you're working with. It tells those people that you're willing to work. Starting earlier to work will actually give you an advantage in front of all other people. So that is the first step. Get up 2 hours before your first appointment and basically spend the first hour on productivity and basically personal development. Then the other hour you can use it to travel or to get on your way. And the second thing is rewrite your goals every day. This is a very, very important step, and yet it takes very little time, because you basically write your goals once a week, maybe a month. After maybe you've broken down into smaller segments, you rewrite it every day. Why? This helps your guidance mechanism and feeds it, basically your subconscious mind, because when you keep on repeating something over and over again, your subconscious mind takes it as something important. And your subconscious mind is basically the part of your mind responsible for all sorts of random thoughts and abstract thinking. Your conscious mind is the one that can handle one thought at a time, like what you're thinking about right now. That is your subconscious, that is your conscious mind. But your subconscious mind is the other part of the mind that even scientists have not fully discovered up to now. So one of the ways you can train that subconscious mind, and better, the subconscious mind is responsible for almost all sorts of development, all sorts of things that happen to us, is because of the subconscious mind. It's basically the bigger kind of machine. Your conscious mind is just like a small screen where it is displayed. So that is the thing. Whenever you rewrite your goals, you're telling your subconscious mind, your guidance mechanism, that this is important, I need to repeat it. This is important, I need to repeat it. And that actually sets you a very big space. Even for academics, this can work, because that is why things like spaced repetition work. Why? They trick your memory or your brain into thinking that this thing is very important. So rewrite your goals every day. Even though you've written them, even though you can see them off head, rewriting doesn't take that much time. Unless you have like 1,000 goals, which is unrealistic. Keep your goals simple. Then the third step is plan every day in advance. Those are one of the biggest time killers of you thinking you're being productive by planning. The fact is that planning is not being productive. This is something that many of us don't want to hear, but it's not really being productive. Why? You're not doing anything productive. You creating a timetable, having things written down and stuff like that, that's not being productive. Let no one lie you. Why? When you're being productive, a result has to come out, right? So that's the thing. When you're just creating timetables, you may not even follow them. Because I personally would be a person who would create so many timetables, schedules and stuff like that, but task lists, to-do lists, and as long as you don't do them, you're not really productive. So that is a trap that many of us get stuck in, where we think that just because we have set things aside, maybe we're going to do them, we have organized how everything is going to work, we're being productive. You're not being productive. So this could help you plan every day in advance. And this is something small you can apply to your system, whereby you get maybe a monthly goal or a yearly goal. Maybe you like, I want to learn French this year. Then you divide it among these 12 months, and you're like, this month I'm going to focus on adjective, this month tenses, this month this. Then you also break it down into weeks and basically days. You break the bigger goals into smaller parts and chunks that you can actually handle throughout that. That can also help you in the long term building of your goals and personal development skills. So that is the thing. Plan every day in advance. Then step number 4. Discipline yourself to concentrate on one task single-mindedly. These things of multitasking, you're just lying yourself. I'm sorry to tell you this, that multitasking is a scam. I'm a person who has been considered as a multitasker and somebody who can do many things. That is a scam. The thing is that even things like balancing two things at the same time is also a scam. Why? Your brain, I've talked about the conscious and subconscious. The subconscious can handle many thoughts at the same time. Your conscious only handles one thought at a time. Your subconscious cannot focus on two different things at the same time. You may think you're multitasking, but what your brain is doing, you're switching between two tasks simultaneously. It's happening so fast that you think you're actually multitasking, but in actual sense you can't. And so you thinking that you're doing two things at the same time is just a lie to yourself. So focus on one task. Don't overload yourself. Do one task at a time, focus on it, complete it, move on to the next. That is actually way more productive than trying to do many things at the same time. Number 5 is listen to educational audio programs in your car. So this kind of works for most of us, those who are in maybe systems where you can actually do that. But for those who can't, what this is basically trying to tell us, we waste a lot of time when you're traveling. I know you're saying, Shama, it's not exactly wasting, I'm resting, blah, blah, blah. But differentiate between, okay, I know there are some people who need to, but differentiate between resting in the car and resting in your bed. Those are two different things. You get better quality rest when you're resting in a settled area than when you're moving around. So these things of saying that I'm getting extra sleep and stuff like that, yes, they're good, but we waste so much time. A research carried out says that we spend over 500 plus hours every year in just travel time. So you could use that time to learn audio, like maybe from audio programs or to read a book or something like that. In case you're driving, listen to audio programs. In case you're not the one driving or behind the wheel, read a book. Try to maybe sketch something, draw a mind map. That actually helps you a lot. So we waste so much time in cars and traveling that is just so unreal. So next time you're in a car or something like that, try to use that time well. You can also use it to go through flashcards. You can use it to maybe read a movie or something like that. Don't let that time go wasted. The day you realize how many hours you waste in traveling, that's the day you actually notice that you've been using, can I say, almost even a seventh or a sixth of your life in just that. So learn to use that time well. Mind you, for traveling in the morning, your brain is more fresh at that time. So you using that time to sleep in more is actually kind of reducing on how much you're able to accomplish that whole day. And then lastly, step number 6 is ask yourself 2 questions after every activity you do. The first question is, what did I do right? Second question is, what could I do differently? These are 2 very important questions, and to me, they're kind of the most important things of this whole step. Why? Many times after anything good or bad happens, by the way, these questions apply to both good and bad situations. So many times after an activity happens, we ask ourselves, oh my god, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? How can I fix it? And basically that is teaching our brain to identify only mistakes. It many times we have good things that we have done that we really need to keep into our systems. So this is really good because when you ask yourself, what did I do right? You cement what you did right. You can learn from what you did right and you can also retain it more. But what would I do differently also handles the part where you went wrong. So whether a presentation went well or a presentation didn't go as planned, so that's the whole thing. Ask yourself, what did I do right and what could I do differently? These 2 questions can change the way you perceive anything in your life. I've tried them in my academics and in many different things I've been doing, and they have proved to be more effective than many other things I've been doing. And basically, this is self-evaluation. Then lastly is a very important rule, and it's, can I say, a golden rule? And that is, treat every person like $1 million customer. Whether it's your family member, whether it's your friends, whether it's your best friend, whether it is your boss, your somebody working under you, treat them specially, because you really never know who's going to help you in future, and you also never know how it's going to backfire on you. Everybody is important. Everyone matters. And with that said, that has been today's video. I've been talking about the 7 steps to the top, inspired, and can I say the reference is this book, No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy. You guys should all go check it out. And you should also check out Atomic Habits and many other books, but the reading is a very important skill that will help you learn more than you ever get from experiences. Because the experiences alone can't teach everything. Yeah, you won't have time to live every life. But yet there are people who have written things they have learned from their lives into these books. So with all that said, hope you guys have a great day and we'll see you guys in the next one.